Check this out. I'm sitting in a taxi in Abu Dhabi, but there is no driver. Well, someone's sitting in the driver's seat, but not actually driving.
Full self-driving will be as good as a person. It will be much, much better.
AI is not only important, AI is a necessity.
Does humanity know what it's doing? No. We're moving into a period when, for the first time ever, we may have things more intelligent than us.
A big theme this year, of course, is AI.
What percentage do you give the chance that it will destroy humanity?
This AI-powered taxi is part of a new fleet launched by G42. So G42 is kind of like a version of OpenAI in the Middle East.
G42. What is G42? It's an artificial intelligence giant.
42 is more than just a technology company.
I'm getting to meet its CEO to learn about how this country is trying to become a hub for artificial intelligence. G42 is a massive AI conglomerate doing big things here. It was granted a strategic
$1.5 billion deal. That's the money Microsoft will invest in G42.
And this taxi I'm sitting in is one example of how the country of the UAE is trying to be the first to use artificial intelligence in just about everything. It's also the first country in the world to have its own AI minister. I even meet him in Dubai. The Minister of AI is Omar bin Sultan Al Olami. The UAE's investments into AI are not just out of curiosity, but somewhat out of necessity. Abu Dhabi is a city that used to rely on oil. Now it's becoming known for tourism, finance, and artificial intelligence. Today, the government is building data centers, fiber networks, 5G coverage, and renewable energy to support AI development. The goal is to diversify the economy and grow new industries.
If we're going to talk about the UAE's ambitions in any field or any sector, the main driver always is we want to be number one.
This is one of the first robo-taxis in the United Arab Emirates. And when you think about autonomous driving and self-driving cars, a big part of the technology behind that is, of course, AI.
This is Abu Dhabi's first self-driving taxi. It's called Tax AI.
It's so crazy to be in this car where you see the steering wheel is completely being handled by itself. Even though there is a human driver, they're not doing much. What is it like to have this job?
It's an interesting job because it's a future of taxi.
So I've been in Waymo, the Google-backed autonomous taxi in San Francisco, but this is a first for the region.
When you think about the testing of these autonomous vehicles, Abu Dhabi makes perfect sense because it's a city with not a lot of obstructions, and also there's not extreme weather. You're not going to have rain or ice or lots of hills.
The UAE rolled out this technology to the public in 2024 and said they have plans to have 4,000 self-driving cars on the road in the next 5 years.
Autonomous driving is a $1.7 trillion market by 2030. It has a huge market potential.
We are looking at AI as a tool. It's a tool that we need to use to unleash the quality of life aspect that we need to unleash, and AI is a big component of that.
Wow, that was a great ride.
So
Very
much.
smooth.
Thank you.
So tell me a little bit more about the technology that we just experienced.
So in a very, very simple terms, this is just like your normal car. And what we do is that we add to it two key components. One of it is the hardware that you'll see sprinkled across the entire vehicle, right? That hardware provides very strong set of sensory data that feeds into the AI brain or the autonomous driving software that drives that car.
I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit freaked out the first time I rode in a self-driving taxi, but this time I absolutely think self-driving cars are gonna be the norm. In fact, I really think that soon we'll go from being afraid of them to actually feeling safer in them.
Autonomous driving is going to change the world in the long term.
Full self-driving over time, 10 times safer than a person. It's not even going to be a contest, frankly. So this is a really big deal.
But when it comes to AI, there's no bigger company than G42. I want to get a better understanding from a key figure at the forefront of the AI space, so I attend G42's exhibit at Gitex, which is the world's largest tech convention.
Right now, the CEO of G42 is speaking here at Gitex. He's talking a lot about why UAE, and to my surprise, a lot of it is actually about the geographical location. He's saying that being here in the UAE can really bridge the gap between the East and the West, as well as the North and the South.
Whenever you look at a fundamentally transformative, even disruptive technology, you want to work with people who have full conviction. And UAE, more than any other country I know of, has a strong conviction.
We are a responsible stakeholder in our community. And we believe that our success is deeply rooted in our interactions with our community, with our society.
Whenever a nation believes in something with such conviction, you know they will change their national agenda to support it. That's exactly what's happening now in the case of UAE. This is why UAE is a perfect home base.
But I also want to learn how they're addressing AI governance, where it gets a bit controversial.
The fight to be an AI superpower is still anyone's game, but the UAE is for certain poised to disrupt it.
AI governance. Everyone is talking about artificial intelligence, self-driving cars or personal assistants, and it raises all sorts of governance questions.
Of course, do I wish there's less of that, more of development? I do. Whenever you're on the cutting edge, there are risks.
As development continues, the UAE is also looking at AI leaders to continue studying tech advancements, data collection, strict regulations, and maybe most importantly, ethics.
The world AI ethics, so-called, has of course been all the rage again.
This is Hatsune Miku. She is a hologram. And this is Akihiko Kondo, her husband.
Making the connection between AI and the built world, the reality is AI is already everywhere around us.
I think these AI systems are better at learning than the human mind.
I think they may be, yes.
We want these ethic guidelines to be a success.
Is it ethical for a machine to pretend that it's human?
Technologies like artificial intelligence, we need to make sure that we embed very important ethical principles.
The US and Chinese-based AI businesses are facing complex regulatory and ethical debates because of public concerns around privacy, copyright bias, and competition. I meet with Professor Christopher Kahan, an academic in the AI sector, to get a deeper dive on challenges facing the industry.
AI, I think, just like any scientific accomplishment, is a tool and a technology, and it can be used for good or not so good application.
It is so hard to predict. There's some chance that it goes wrong and destroys humanity. Hopefully that chance is small, but it's not zero.
You believe they can understand?
Yes.
You believe they are intelligent?
Yes.
You believe these systems have experiences of their own?
In the same sense as people do, yes.
So the major things that I am concerned about in this space includes things such as the proliferation of fake data. You can easily create deep fakes and fake media to manipulate people.
It's important that you save your vote for the November election.
I am not Morgan Freeman. What you see is not real.
It's already been done to manipulate people for fraudulent purposes or to incite political rage and other things like that.
AI, it's so hot right now. It's in the headlines pretty much every day, sometimes because of really cool things like discovering new molecules for medicine, but other times the headlines have been really dark, like that chatbot telling that guy that he should divorce his wife, or that AI meal planner app proposing a crowd-pleasing recipe featuring chlorine gas.
On the other hand, if you're just thinking about using the same technology to improve media creation and stuff like that, special effects, other things, that could be great.
The UAE is using this as a roadmap to establish a national strategy across all sectors as the AI landscape develops fast. The government here is introducing strict legislation and penalties to combat misinformation and fake data. They're working with authorities to use AI algorithms and detection software that can identify patterns of fake data in online spaces. The potential negative impacts of AI are being addressed by government officials, academics, and legal experts. This will be especially important as AI continues to be woven into sectors like healthcare, finance, and education. There's no doubt the investments and partnerships happening here are putting the UAE on the map. But where else is AI being used here? Well, for that, I go inside G42's Genome Lab. Make sure to subscribe so you can watch that video. Plus, I'm also going inside the world's first AI university.
It may be we look back and see this as a kind of turning point when humanity had to make the decision about whether to develop these things further. There's enormous uncertainty about what's going to happen next. These things do understand, and because they understand, we need to think hard about what's going to happen next, and we just don't know.